Hi, it's Tim from HitWorkouts.tv, and today we're going to be talking about the Myfitnesspal application. Okay, so this is the Myfitnesspal application, and it's located at www.myfitnesspal.com, and I use this website quite frequently. There are several features that are available here that, in my opinion, are life-changing or life-altering as far as the way that you viewed your weight loss journey. And you don't necessarily have to be on a weight loss journey to use this site. It's just a good way for you to keep up on your daily activities and being able to keep on track with what your goals happen to be. Now, I will mention too that there is a phone application for this website as well, and there are things that you can do with the phone that you can't do with the website through a normal traditional browser. One of the things that's really cool about the application is that on a phone, as far as the phone application is concerned, one of the really cool things that you can do with it is that you can scan barcodes with it. And I'll show you what I mean here. Once you've created your profile, you'll get to a screen similar to what you're seeing here. And you'll be able to go in and track your food intake, and you do that by clicking on the food menu here. It'll take a minute to load. Okay, so once you click on the food menu, you'll be presented with a couple options here. It'll have the date listed, which we're not going to change because we want today's date, and then you'll have breakfast, pre-workout, lunch, and dinner. So for instance, if you wanted to track what you had for breakfast or what you're going to have for breakfast, you would simply click on Add Food. Okay, so once you're in the Add Food option, you can add whatever food you happen to eat. Now, you can get very granular. For instance, if you'll look at some of these that I've entered in the past, you'll see Starbucks listed here. You can put things in here like McDonald's. I don't advise you to eat McDonald's, but if you do, you can put McDonald's in here and it'll understand what a Big Mac is, for instance. So let's just do that just for argument's sake. Alright, so you click on Big Mac and you want to add it to breakfast. Click Add. And it will now pop up and tell you how many calories that was, which is 530, how many carbs, the fat content was, the protein level, sodium, and sugar. Now, you'll also notice that when you go back to the main menu, it has now subtracted that 530 calories from your 1900 calories starting point. Now this 1900 calories is something that is configured for me. Yours may say something different, but what it's done is it's subtracted 530 calories from 1900 and came up with 1370 calories left for the day. So the nice thing about this is that you can plan your meals ahead. So you can get down to the number of calories exactly that you plan for a day. So you can see where this would be beneficial because most people, I think most people's fight becomes the fact that they don't realize how many calories they're actually eating in a day. And when you don't know how many calories you're eating in a day, that's where you run into the risk of overeating. And that's what I believe most people's pitfall is that they are unaware of how many calories they're actually putting into their body on a daily basis. Now, let's say that I filled this out and I went over my allotted calories. So currently this is at 1370. If I went over my allotted calories, this would have a negative balance. So So it may say something like negative 300, negative 500 at the end of the day if I overate. Now, the danger is, just like in a scenario where you're subtracting, I've done videos in the past where we subtracted, like, let's say 500 calories in a day, and over a 1 week period, that 500 calories would translate into a pound of weight lost. Well, the opposite is also true. If you continually have a negative balance here, if you're going negative 500 or negative 600 on a daily basis, guess what? In a week, you're going to gain a pound. So I find that this is really a terrific way of keeping on top of things. Now, in addition to the food menus that you have here, you go ahead and fill this out for your day, whatever lunch you had or whatever dinner you had. On top of the food, there's also an exercise database here. So you can come in here and you can add things like cardio. So if you wanted to come in here and say that you came in here and you did a run, you could say that you jogged at 6 miles per hour for 30 minutes, and it's going to give you an estimated calorie reduction. So based on the algorithm that Myfitnesspal has set up, they say for a 6 mile run, the average person will lose 442 calories in 30 minutes. Now, this may not be completely accurate, but I would say that it's a pretty close ballpark figure. The only way that you would know for sure whether this is accurate or not is whether you were wearing a heart rate monitor or not. We've talked about heart rate monitors in the past. You could get something like a polar heart rate monitor, or a lot of people are using the Fitbits right now because they interact with their smartphone technology and whatnot. All right, so that's the exercise portion of this. As I mentioned before, with the smartphones, if you have this app loaded, you can have the option of scanning barcodes. So if you were going in here and let's say that you were fond of a particular type of lunch meat, you could scan that barcode with your phone and it would automatically add that in here so that you wouldn't even have to type. So I would highly recommend you at least check out the phone application for that very feature in itself. Now, some additional things that are here in the software is one of the things is it's very Facebook-like in that there's a community. There's a news feed here, just like you would see like in Facebook. You can make friends with people that are of the same mindset as you. They're trying to lose weight. They're on a fitness journey. You can make friends with those people, just like in Facebook. You can share your information out to Facebook. You can find people that are on Facebook. And there's also a community portion here that's listed. And this is more or less a forum where you can go in and you can either comment on existing conversations or you can start a conversation yourself. Now, I will say that I pretty much stay out of the forums these days. There's a lot of fighting and things going on here, so I really don't put too much time into the forums here, just because whenever you have a large group of people like this, there seems to be those in the group that like to ruffle feathers, and I'm just not about that. So unless I really have something to say, I usually stay out of this for the most part these days. But it's not to say that there's not some useful information in here. There's things that you can find in here that may be of use to you. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is this apps option. And you can see in here that they've got connections to things like Fitbit, Fitness, Garmin Connect, and they keep adding to this. Polar is listed in here also. It's just a way to add some connectivity to this, so that if you're using some outside application, it will automatically synchronize to your Myfitnesspal. Now, what I wanted to talk about though was this BMR BMI. If you click on the BMR here, of course we're talking about the basal metabolic rate. These are questions that sometimes that come up where you need to make a calculation, and there is a formula for doing this. However, why go through a long drawn out calculation when you have an application here to do it for you? So I'm going to just go ahead and click on calculate here, and it will tell you that my BMR is currently 1802. Alright, and then there's also the BMI calculator. You can go ahead and put in the information here, calculate, and it will tell you that I am currently 27.2. Now, this information may not come up very often, but it is questions that people have from time to time about their current fitness condition and things like that. A doctor may actually do this to calculate things like obesity and things like that. But anyway, that is basically what I wanted to cover today. That's Myfitnesspal in a nutshell. Now, they did recently introduce a premium service, but all that I've shown you today is part of the free service. It doesn't cost you anything. You can run that application, you can track your daily intake, you can run reports if you choose. But their services, the service is impeccable. I just cannot stress how much this has helped me personally, and I wanted to share that with my viewers. I wanted you to know that there is something out there that will help you assist in your weight loss or your fitness journey. So anyway, if you like this video, please go out to hitworkouts.tv and check out our other information, and I greatly appreciate it. I'll come back to you soon. Thanks.